This is going to be an overview of what my daughter used for our last homeschool year and what we're still using. So our 2015-2016 homeschool year. My daughter is 10 and a half. We don't really go by grade level. The first thing I wanted to show was my planner. I got this at Walmart and I really like that it doesn't feel stiff. It's really a different feel than most planners. So it's by the company Mint Green, and it just says 2015-2016 on the front. I think they had different colors, different covers. I like that it had colorful pages. On the inside, it's just a regular planner with a boxed dates. You can write in, not very big. Then there's two large note sections. And then my favorite part of the inside are these large sections. So they're day by day sections. So that's where I would write what we did for the day, what subject she did, and all that. That's how I kept up with it. I guess the first subject I'll talk about is Bible. So for Bible we use Grapevine Studies. It says a chronological study of the characters and events of the Old Testament from creation to Jacob. They come like this. So I put them in their own folders. My daughter's papers go in one folder and mine go in another. So that's how we kept up with them. I would draw on the whiteboard what she had for that day. And what I would draw were these stick figures. So she would then copy the stick figures on her paper for that day. And this is what my book looks like. This is hers. So there's a timeline, there's section by section, you're learning what happened in each day in creation. And then you draw your favorite thing about that lesson. There's memory verses, Bible facts, questions. It was really fun. You didn't just read a Bible story and have to sit there and listen and be bored. You actually get to interact and be a part of it. So I think that's what we like most about it. So for math, we have been doing Math UC. There are blocks that come with this. We put ours in like a fish and tackle box that we found at Walmart, and we sectioned it off. I said section a lot. There's lots of sections to homeschool. Are you helping me? This year she started on Gamma. So that's single and multiple digit multiplication. So there's a DVD that comes with it. Mr. Demi is the teacher. He teaches the lesson. I watch it with her. I learn right along with her. Math was not my favorite subject in school. At the end of each lesson, she needs to show me that she has learned it and mastered it. And she will do a test out of her test booklet. Also for math, I found these books on Amazon, and they're called, we just call these I Love Math books. But I found these on Amazon. I usually try to find the used ones because you don't write in these books. If you do any writing, you do it on a separate sheet of paper. But there's a lot of fun activities, and this really gets her interested in math. So there's different themes. This one's See You Later Escalator. And the one she's looking at, I think it's The House That Math Built. I think we have about 4 of these books. This is also Bible, but it's mainly sex education. This is the first year we've introduced sexual education in our school. So this is called The Talk, and it's by Luke Gilkerson. It says 7 lessons to introduce your child to biblical sexuality. So we did each lesson week by week, and we would skip a week just to let all the information be absorbed and for her to have time to process all of it. So it says it's for ages 6 to 10. First lesson is about the male and female anatomy, and it just goes on from there. Luke Gilkerson is the author, and he also works for Covenant Eyes, which is an accountability software that you can have put on your computer. Okay, for history, we use Sunlight Core D. The main book that we use, The Landmark History of the American People, From Plymouth to the West. We've read halfway through this book, and we plan to read the other half next year. So we will continue with that core. It also came with these fun little books, little biographies of Ben Franklin and Paul Revere. Also this large Smithsonian Children's Encyclopedia of American History. We haven't been reading out of here. We did it first, but it's pretty much the same information as the other book. So it's almost like you're just going back over that information. So this is just something we're going to have in the home to use for a reference. Also, a book about the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution, Incans, Aztecs, and Mayans. We're still reading through this. This is interesting. It has short little chapters. All of our read-alouds, I did another video on our read-alouds. All of those go along with the history that we're learning, the American history. So I have about 5 more subjects to show you that we did. This is a children's introduction to poetry. We got this with our Sunlight order. I ordered Core D's history, read-alouds, readers, and this came with that. This also had an audio CD that came with it, and different voices reading the poems. We listened to it at first, but now I just read the poems. That way we can stop, slow down, talk about it. And some of the voices, their accents were a little hard for us to understand. So it starts off with well-known poems, nursery rhymes. It has really funny pictures. And then there's just different types of poetry, nonsense verse, haiku, narrative verse, all of that. And what we're going to be getting into next are the different, I think it's poets. Yeah, so we've read about Homer, Shakespeare. Anyway, we've enjoyed this book. Okay, for phonics or reading, we have still been doing Leap into Reading, all about reading. We have the teacher book, which is very helpful, and her activity book. And she has words that she reads and phrases. And then she has these little books that she reads stories out loud. We have letter tiles that go on the fridge or on a magnetic board. Put all the little cards in a white box. So she has little flashcards. So that's what we've been doing for reading. Our reading has improved. For art, we use I Can Do All Things. So a beginning book of art. It comes with a DVD that's really outdated. It goes over everything. It comes with this big box. It has paint brushes, colored pencils, markers, drawing, painting, colored markers, and colored pencils. At first we were going page by page, lesson by lesson, but now I just let her pick what she wants to do. She looks throughout the book, and if she wants to do drawing one day, she can, painting one day. So she breaks it up, and she likes it better that way. For science, we have been using The World of Plants, and this is by Answers in Genesis, God's Design for Life. We haven't done very much of this year. I had lost the disc that comes with it that has printables, but I found it during our move. We just moved to another state. So we're going to try to get back into this. Let's talk about flowers, plants. photosynthesis. There's a beginner section, and then there's a section for older kids. There's questions, activities. This is the teacher book, which I don't find very helpful. It gives you a supply list. It asks questions, what did they learn? And there's 2 other books that come with this. I have another video, Workbox Learning, I think it's called, that shows the other books that come with this. So I hope to get more into this once we hook our printer up. Maybe we can print off some of the worksheets. Okay, last thing is geography. We've been doing little passports, and this is we did the World Edition first. This is the US Edition. So this goes along with what we've been learning. Since we're learning American history, we've been learning about the different states. Oklahoma was the last one we did. You get all kinds of stuff with this. If you want me to do a more in-depth review of each thing, I will, or a certain thing. It comes with this fun activity book about the state. It has activities. It has a craft that you can do with your kids. She likes to do it with her dad. This is from Maine. They'll be putting together a lobster. That's fun. You get this field guide book and stickers. And she writes about what she's learned, what was her favorite thing, and all that. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it of everything that we used for this past school term and things that we're still using. Like I said, if you want to know anything more in depth, I'll do a separate video on just that one curriculum material. Thanks for watching.